So you're thinking about moving to Idaho, or you live in Idaho and you want to move within Idaho, okay? And you might be asking yourself, what's the fancy part of town? What's the highest income neighborhood? What's the city that people kind of give you a second look at when you tell them you live there? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is. And that's what we're going to talk about all through this video. You already seen the titles, so you know it's Eagle, Idaho. Where is Eagle? What's Eagle all about? Why do people keep saying to me something like, oh, well, those people must live in Eagle. Look at the kind of car they drive. I think it's kind of funny. The things I hear when I talk about Eagle, especially to locals and people who live in Idaho, who live in Meridian or Kuna or any of the surrounding areas, it's pretty funny. So we're going to walk through one of the most beautiful neighborhoods here in Eagle, Idaho, and we're going to talk all about what it's like to live in Eagle, Idaho. What is this place? Can you work here? Can you live here? Can you retire here? Is there anything to eat here? What is it like? Okay, so are you ready to join me on another exciting video about moving to Boise, Eagle, Star, Kuna, and the whole Treasure Valley? You know what to do. I'm excited to make this video. You're excited to watch this video. So sit down, buckle up, get ready, because here we go. Hello everybody, it's your host here, Dave Baker, coming to you from Eagle, Idaho. Now, this video is going to be all about living in Eagle, Idaho. I think this is one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the city, but there are a lot of options. We are coming to you from the Legacy neighborhood, or the Legacy subdivision. Now, there are tons of places to live with a lot of beautiful houses, but I wanted to show you this area because you have a lot of new houses. You have these beautiful ponds like the one behind me. We've got a lot to look at, a lot to talk about, and got a lot of golf carts to drive by us, which is kind of cool. Hey. All right. So now before we get into this video, if you are thinking about moving anywhere in Idaho, whether it's Eagle, Kuna, Star, wherever this dog is barking behind me, Meridian, Boise, even northern Idaho, get in touch with us, okay? It's super easy. All you have to do is wait for this dog to stop barking. No. What you have to do is reach out to us. You can send me an email, send a text message, give us a call on the phone. The team cannot wait to help you move anywhere in Idaho. Now, if it's your first time on the channel, make sure you've tapped that little subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video all about living in the Treasure Valley, which is the Boise region and suburbs of Idaho. Of course, Boise is probably the most famous, most well-known city. I understand that, but the suburbs have a lot to offer, and it really depends on the lifestyle you're looking for. So what does that mean? Well, if you're looking to live in suburbia, as they say, well, that might be because you have a family. You might have children. You might be a married couple with children on the way. So what are you going to do? You might be looking to live outside of Boise, outside of the city. That's why you come to a place like Eagle. Now, Eagle has a lot to offer. One thing that you'll notice as I'm walking is this neighborhood, which is called Legacy, which we can definitely help you. The team can help you with Legacy. It is a newer neighborhood, and well, hold on. Let's back up the truck here. Idaho's been around for a long time. So when I say newer, I mean originally they started working on this neighborhood, for example, sometime around 2008 or 2009. They might have started a little earlier. So you'll notice this in some parts of the city, where they started working on a neighborhood, started some of the phases of it, and then continued them later on. So in the case of Legacy, there are still homes being built today. Yes, so they started it that long ago, but there are that many phases. One thing I want you to note, by the way, when I'm walking, look at how clean this is. If you're coming from another state, I know some of you are, and those of you who are local don't love it, but it's gonna happen. Okay, there's a lot to offer in Idaho. Look at how clean it is. Look how beautiful it is here. Look at just how they take care of the plants. Unbelievable. And I love this golf cart thing. So if you are looking to live in a golf cart community, make sure to ask us about Legacy. We're going to make a whole video on Legacy, don't worry. But it does include like an executive golf course. It's got a 3-hole course, a bunch of pools, tennis courts, all these really cool walking paths, which I'd love to take you on. But let's talk about the city of Eagle. So What's the deal? First of all, how big is this place? A couple of years ago, literally like a few years back, it was maybe 10,000 people. Today, the numbers I'm seeing are approaching 30,000. That's a huge amount of growth. It's massive. It's massive. So obviously there's a demand to live here, and for good reason. So first of all, we've got the population, right? You got the growth. But who's moving here? Well, this is not exactly the neighborhood where the prices are rock bottom, okay? It's always been known as an area to have a little more value. The prices are higher. The zip code is higher. You know, when you're looking for property, to always keep in mind location, 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 right? People who don't work in real estate still know this expression. The zip code does affect the price. I was just talking to someone about their friend who moved to Meridian, and I said, now before I knew he moved to Meridian, I knew what street, the generic area he moved, but I didn't know what side of the street he was on. So he said, oh, this guy got like this huge, like 4,000 square foot house, and it was, say, I think it was around $1 million, which is already, pretty high price. But the thing is, when he said that, I thought, oh, well, that's an Eagle? That's a killer deal for what he got. He said, oh, no. He lives across the street. That's Meridian. So I thought that was hilarious. But let's talk more about Eagle. Number 2, Eagle does have a lot of newer homes. So if you are looking for a home built in the last 10 years or in the last 2 years, or to even build a new home, there's a lot of opportunity in Eagle. You have a lot of different subdivisions that have newer homes, whether it's Legacy, Creighton Woods, Stillwater, you have Mace River Ranch. There are a lot of different neighborhoods depending on your budget, depending on what you're looking for, the size of the home. And remember, you can get one-story homes in the city of Eagle. A lot of people love one-story homes. I get it. Walking up and down the stairs is not always a pleasure. Now, most of my life, I've had to live in 2 stories, and I've lived in 3 stories. But when you have a one-story home, it's an incredible difference, especially if you're at the point in your life where you might not be able to walk up and down the stairs anymore. Hi. By the way, people here are super nice. Everybody says hello to me. They're looking at me like, why is this guy making a video? But they probably know it's to help people come out here. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing. Where is Eagle in terms of convenience? The main streets when you look at Eagle, Idaho are going to be State, Highway 44, but that is a road you can drive on. It's not necessarily a highway yet, or a freeway, if you will. You have Linder, Chinden, and those are going to be, and Eagle Road. So those are going to be the main streets that kind of create the main thoroughfares, the main arteries when you're driving, okay? So when you're looking on the map, look there. Now, obviously it's to the west of Boise, and between Eagle and Boise is Garden City. But once you get into Eagle, pretty much, I feel like the shopping centers get a little bit nicer. You can just tell there's a different feel. There's a different energy, a different vibe, if you will, once you are driving down Chinden or driving down State and you enter the city of Eagle. One thing I've been noticing, by the way, about the businesses, well, let's talk about that in a second. So is Eagle freeway accessible off Highway 84? It's a little rough. It's about 15 miles to 84. Maybe at some points it's 12 miles, but it's not, you can't just hop on the freeway. So keep that in mind. Now, I do want to say they are working to connect Highway 16 to 84. And from what I hear, that should be done sometime in 2024. That will be a huge difference. It will give you access to the freeway. It will make things a lot easier for those of you who have to commute into Boise, into surrounding areas. It's just going to make things better in terms of your ability to get on the road and make things happen. If you want to get to Boise, Nampa, other places, it's really going to help. But for now, it's not connected. So you can take Eagle Road, you can take Meridian Road, and it's going to take you a minute to get to the freeway. But do you really need to go there? I don't think so. So let's talk about the businesses and commerce that's in Eagle. Is there enough to do? Is there any food? Are there restaurants? Well, yes. First of all, there is a downtown Eagle. It's very small. It is hosting a Saturday market every Saturday in the summertime. I believe it starts in May or June and goes almost all the way to October during the warmer season. The downtown is a cute little area. From what I see on the signs, they are building a brewery. There are multiple restaurants there, places to get breakfast. It's a really cute place to walk around. It's not huge, but it's something nice to have in your city. Additionally, what about the businesses I'm seeing? Well, on Linder and Chinden, for example, you've got the Orchard Park development where the Winco is. You have a lot of new restaurants going in. You do have some fast food, but that's not that uncommon to see around here. But here's the deal. There's more growth, more things to do, more things coming. There are some bar restaurants, the tavern. You've got places you can go later at night. There is actually, interestingly, one bar that's open pretty late, which is till 2 a.m., but do we actually need that? I don't know. Depends on your lifestyle, right? Maybe you want to go out with your friends and maybe you want to have that one late night, but you do have that. But overall, no, it's a bedroom community, but there are restaurants, there are places to eat, there are cool ponds like this behind me, there are fishing spots if you want to go fishing. You do have access to the Boise River. What about other services? Here's something interesting I'm seeing. I'm starting to see a lot of beauty services come in here. Higher end stuff. You see the eyelash places, the brow places. There are other beauty treatments that personally, I don't get, but obviously somebody wants. And these are things I tend to notice in a higher end neighborhood. Additionally, I've noticed you've got some fitness places going in. Sure, there are lots of gyms in Boise, Meridian. There are gyms, yes, in Eagle, even Star. But here's the thing. Here, I start to see Orange Theory, right? You've got the personal training type of gym. It's very different. And it's something that I notice in nice neighborhoods. It caught me off guard and I started seeing that. But then I realized, hey, that's what's coming in here. And there's a reason for that. And why is that? Well, let's talk about that. So why do you have these higher end businesses coming in? Why do you have things where you pay for fitness classes per session, or you buy a package, not just a gym that costs $9 a month? Well, I was just reading an article that said Eagle has the highest income in the state per household. That is very interesting. I would have thought it would have been in Ketchum or somewhere by Sun Valley, right? But guess what? It's Eagle. Now, who is the city for? Do you have opportunities for homes that are lower priced? Can you buy townhomes? Can you buy a condo? Can you only buy a home that costs $1 million or $1.5 million? Well, no, there are townhomes available. There are multifamily units available that you can purchase. There are opportunities for that if that's what you're looking for. But if you're on the other side and you are looking for a home that costs $1 million or $2 million, you're looking for something that has more than builder's grade. You're looking for more of a luxury feel. You're looking to live on a pond like this. I know they call it a pond, but it's pretty big to me. Are you looking to have your own beach? Are you looking to have things of this nature? Well, Eagle is the place to do that. Now, you can do that also in Star. But the homes that I see here, you have a lot of custom homes available. A lot. No matter what the neighborhood. Even the older neighborhoods, whether you're in Banbury or Castleberry, all these places have a lot of custom homes. Now, if you are in the bracket where you can afford the newer home, well, you might have something really magical available to you. I'm talking about a beautiful home, fine appliances like Viking appliances, Thermador appliances, Wolf appliances, a huge garage, beautiful floor, the casual 5-car, 1,500 square foot garage you've been needing. Guess what? It's available. On top of that, you can live in a neighborhood that has a lot of amenities. For example, you saw the pond, right? Here's the massive golf course behind me, right? A 3-hole golf course in just this example. There are many communities here in Eagle that offer you numerous amenities, and I think that's a big draw. And if you are coming from that state, kind of like on the West Coast, it's the long, thin one that keeps moving to Idaho, where the people keep wanting to move here, this is probably the part of town that'll get your attention. Geez, there are even multiple sushi places here, which again, caught me off guard. I have to say that really caught me off guard. Now, can you spend all day here and just live here with your family? Yeah. You have numerous schools, you have charter schools, you have private schools, you have some religious-based schools if that's what you're looking for in the neighborhood. Like I said, there are multiple restaurants, multiple supermarkets, and not just name brand supermarkets like your chains. Right next door, you do have some smaller chains. You have a meat market. When I say a meat market, like a butcher shop where you have those higher end products. And on top of that, you've got coffee shops, which just caught my attention because I said, why don't I go over to some of the coffee shops and see what's going on here? Yeah, there are multiple coffee shops. I actually found one that I really like where there are a lot of people kind of working on their laptops, which is something some of you will have to do. But you have not just Starbucks, okay? You have Alchemy, you have BlackRock, you have multiple places. And you're not that far if you need the action of Boise. So let's wrap up and talk about that. Where is Boise in relation? As I mentioned, it is to the west. So if you do need to go to an event, you want to go to the city, you want to do those things, Boise is going to be to the east. Eagle is to the west of Boise on the way towards Oregon. And what you're going to find there is a drive of approximately, depending on which side you live on. If you live on the star side of Eagle, meaning you're further to the west, you're looking at a good 25 minutes to get into the downtown area of Boise. Other parts of Boise are not that far. But on the other hand, what if you're looking to be on the closer side of Eagle to Boise? Well, you're going to be, say, 8 to 12 miles outside, and your drive will not be as far. The real question is, do you work in Boise? Do you have to commute every day? These are things to think about. A lot of remote workers, you're going to have a lot more freedom. You're going to be able to work at home. And in Eagle, you might have a really big house where you can have a home office. Let's talk about that for 1 second. Can you get a smaller house? Sure. There are homes that are 1,200 square feet probably, but there are also homes that are over 5,000 square feet. In fact, I think I saw a home that was 7,000 square feet. But you are going to pay for that. There is definitely a cost here. The cost per square foot in Eagle versus the cost in most of Boise or Star or Meridian or Kuna or Caldwell or Middleton, it's definitely higher. There's no question the cost of living in Eagle per square foot for your home will be higher. Okay, so let's wrap up this first video. Now, if you're thinking about moving to Eagle or anywhere in the Treasure Valley or even up north, we have people to help you, like Coeur d'Alene. Reach out, get in contact, send me an email, send a text message, give me a call on the phone, jump on the calendar. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get you a place in Idaho. Now, in case you're wondering when this is filmed, it's weird because it's sunny outside. I'm wearing a sweater. The answer is summertime, but in the winter, aside from the time when it snows, I found that it was cold but sunny, which is something that I don't mind. Now, if you absolutely detest the cold, the winters do get cold. Now, are they freezing? Is it torture? It just depends on who you are. It's something you get used to. But think about this. If you're living in, say, Arizona or Nevada, southern Nevada, you're going to have hot summers. Here, you're going to have cold winters. It's just something you deal with. I met a couple today that told me that they spend their summer here and they spend their winter in Arizona. So that was very interesting. All right, everybody, make sure you've tapped that little subscribe button, click the notification bell, and drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to see in the next video, because I want to make videos that are good for you and answer the questions that you have. All right, everyone, till the next video, take care.